Commanding General YAHANNA will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle. Finally, the truth about King James, a black man who helped to preserve and safeguard the Bible. Live September 29th, 2023. Commanding General YAHANNA live at King James Castle in Scotland. Come on down and support the I.S.U.P.K. UK. Lift the glass, come and join the brotherhood and drink with the ancient as we celebrate and keep the Feast of Tabernacles for our King Yahushua in King James Castle, bringing his crew of heavy hitters. Commanding General YAHANNA will put 12 chill General Muhammad scripture breakdown class up against anyone, against any biblical scholar, untested, unchallenged, I.S.U.P.K, undefeated. Leviticus chapter 23, the Feast of Tabernacles in a black man's castle, hosted in Scotland, the United Kingdom, UK. Commanding General YAHANNA will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle, Thursday, September 28th, Scripture Breakdown class. Friday, September 29th, there will be a King James Castle tour, also a Johnny Walker Distillery tour, and Friday night, the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles. Saturday, September 30th, we will have camp on the streets of England. Sunday, October 1st, the UK Cookout. Monday, October 2nd, the Warwickshire Castle Tour. I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA at King James Castle in England. This is an absolutely monumental, historical event.
Want us to stop. But man, don't we deserve a shot? Don't we deserve a shot to be the Lord's people? Israel, let's do it!
Commanding General YAHANNA will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle. Finally, the truth about King James, a black man who helped to preserve and safeguard the Bible. Live September 29th, 2023. Commanding General YAHANNA live at King James Castle in Scotland. Come on down and support the I.S.U.P.K. UK. Lift the glass, come and join the brotherhood and drink with the ancient as we celebrate and keep the Feast of Tabernacles for our King Yahushua in King James Castle, bringing his crew of heavy hitters. Commanding General YAHANNA will put 12 chill General Muhammad scripture breakdown class up against anyone, against any biblical scholar, untested, unchallenged, I.S.U.P.K, undefeated. Leviticus chapter 23, the Feast of Tabernacles in a black man's castle, hosted in Scotland, the United Kingdom, UK. Commanding General YAHANNA will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle, Thursday, September 28th, Scripture Breakdown class. Friday, September 29th, there will be a King James Castle tour, also a Johnny Walker Distillery tour, and Friday night, the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles. Saturday, September 30th, we will have camp on the streets of England. Sunday, October 1st, the UK Cookout. Monday, October 2nd, the Warwickshire Castle Tour. I.S.U.P.K under commanding General YAHANNA at King James Castle in England. This is an absolutely monumental, historical event.
Want us to stop. But man, don't we deserve a shot? Don't we deserve a shot to be the Lord's people? Israel, let's do it!
Commanding General YAHANNA will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle. Finally, the truth about King James, a black man who helped to preserve and safeguard the Bible. Live, September 29th, 2023. Commanding General YAHANNA live at King James Castle in Scotland. Come on down and support the I.S.U.P.K. UK. Lift the glass, come and join the brotherhood and drink with the ancient as we celebrate and keep the Feast of Tabernacles for our King Yahushua in King James Castle, bringing his crew of heavy hitters. Commanding General YAHANNA will put 12 chill General Mahaiman scripture breakdown class up against anyone, against any biblical scholar, untested, unchallenged, I.S.U.P.K, undefeated. Leviticus chapter 23, the Feast of Tabernacles in a black man's castle, hosted in Scotland, the United Kingdom, UK. Commanding General YAHANNA will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle, Thursday, September 28th, Scripture Breakdown class. Friday, September 29th, there will be a King James Castle tour, also a Johnny Walker Distillery tour, and Friday night, the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles. Saturday, September 30th, we will have camp on the streets of England. Sunday, October 1st, the UK Cookout. Monday, October 2nd, the Warwickshire Castle Tour. I.S.U.P.K under commanding General YAHANNA at King James Castle in England. This is an absolutely monumental, historical event.
Want us to stop. But man, don't we deserve a shot? Don't we deserve a shot to be the Lord's people? Israel, let's do it!
This video taken by the I.S.U.P.K is posted on the school's website and on YouTube. He says he and members of his Christian Bible school are well within their First Amendment rights. But shop owners say they've heard enough. Today in court, their lawyers argued the group is trespassing. In addition, they say the group
niggas want me dead. Crackers too, but these coon ass niggas, they for the feds. My stick full of lead. In case these whole niggas try me, man, I might have to make that bed. No need to even flex. Cause how I walk it, how I talk it, let you know my speech direct. You heard what I said. Another move, your life passing through your mind, now you're big. and I'm fresh like a motherfucker. Niggas hating cause they mom want us. I'm just coolin' by myself, but now they all on me. Shut up, bitch, eat a dick, I don't wanna love you. Sip that pool, wow, got you laced up out your shoe now. Look what you finna do, wow, it's hot. Hop around these niggas till you flop. I'm busy getting mine, but all these niggas wanna duck. But it's cool, let me know I'm on the top. Steady in the courtroom, always fighting cops. Call the white man the devil, and that's off the top. So they try to stop my movement with a block, but I beat the case every damn time, so they watch. Waiting on a nigga to try to make me slip up. Walking up on me like homeboy, what's in your cup? Do you have any drugs? Well, let me see the slugs. Make it your bitch ass back, get mad, you ain't getting love. Your wife made you clip your damn nuts, yeah I know. Crazy what coon people will do for these hoes, but I ain't even pressed. I see why you going on, my nigga, you dead wrong. Bust a nut, boy, get it on.
Black and white land, shit is crazy. Black and white land, shit is crazy.
I'm freshen up, cleaner than the motherfucker. Good juice in my cup is redder than the blood sucker. Drip on leak, yeah, drip on me. Hey, talking about, but what the fuck do you mean? Yeah, you see these damn bitches, they be choosing on me. But I don't want the bitch, but that bitch drooling on me. I get the walking on the girl, she wanna moving with me. But I won't have it cause she easy like spaghetti, homie. Unleashed it to the G. Who is he, that nigga from SC? Get your level straight before you approach a G. Zion TC 0013. Sits on the stick, it got me cruising off the scene. The fuck do you mean? Yeah, nigga, yeah. They nigga be hating, but they can't penetrate us. Trying to shoot at us now later, but I'ma get you now. Potato on the bow, blang, blow.
But even 30 years later, videos don't necessarily lead to convictions of officers. Advocates for reform say that needs to change.
Shaw, that's it.
Shaw, man, you know what I'm saying? Realest nigga out there, man. Nigga turn up, feel me? Nigga turn the city up, fucking with his music. We out of pull right
Where we at, though? Where we at?
Greenville, South Carolina, man.
Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Hey, fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, bitch, I done had enough. Fuck that fucking job, I'm watching everybody work. Fuck that fucking job, that little pay by the hour. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, my back hurting and I'm hungry. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, nigga, on soul. Yeah, caught between the two, get this money, go home. Yeah, all these people so, and all these bitches, they messy. First day I came in, I bossed up on the bosses. And they promise nigga this, promise nigga that. Want my ass to work, then bring that paper back. Shaw, where you been? I been taking the shit. Knowing damn well that I don't fucking sleep. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, me and bro, we just posted. Look him in the eye, shake my head disappointed. We gotta visualize, summarize, execute. All these people dropping like fly, why the fuck we still here? Man, fuck that fucking job, when I pull up I hate it. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, that's on all of their faces. Fuck that fucking job, man, I'm already lit. Man, I hear one thing, boy, you bound to get hit. Man, the bills cross a nigga's brain. Damn, that's how you keep a nigga damn a slave. Damn, money supposed to be a tool. Damn, for a purpose, what's your purpose for? Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm sick of that shit, I know you sick of it too, man.
I'm gonna do that shit. Yeah, nah.
Push up position.
All right, Shalom. With the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. You know what I mean? From 1969, we've been teaching the truth according to the Bible that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the real Jews. You know what I mean? The I.S.U.P.K. will be having a visit to the UK. Commanding General YAHANNA will be coming to the UK. Make sure you check all social media for all dates. We'll be going to Edinburgh Castle, man, where King James was born. A black man called King James was born. A black man that preserved the Bible that we have today. He preserved the King James Bible that we have today by hiring 70 scholars, man, to translate from the Hebrew and the Greek into the English. Shalom also,
How about Shemir Shabbat?
Doing it big up there. So make sure you contact the number 079-607-46784, 079-607-46784, and contact the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. You know what I mean? Also, you know, stack up your money, man. Get your money right, get your ticket money right, your hotel fees right, because it's going to be a blast, man. It's going to be a wonderful time. We're going to be in London, we're going to be in Brum, we're going to be in Scotland. I'm going to be all over the UK, man. So make sure you reach, man. It's going to be fun, man. Got classes at 394 Birmingham, B18 5PW. That's 394 Lodge Road, Birmingham, B18 5PW. Make sure you come. Class on Monday, which is a history class. Class on Tuesday, which is the Brotherhood class. Class on Wednesday, which is law class. Thursday, scripture breakdown class. Friday, last one called Dash. You can watch all these classes online on I.S.U.P.K UK, on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube. You know what I mean? And also, if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, man. Come to school, start wearing all black for 90 days consistently, and you'll receive a name and receive the rank of a trooper, man. You know what I mean? So that is pretty much it, man. So any questions, Mousa, from the start? All right, if you could, we do try to be 20 and 1, Baba Kushar. So, can you hear Mousa?
Come on. Deuteronomy 28, verse 1. The book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt not hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I have commanded thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Okay, so this is Moses talking to the Israelites. And Moses was a man that got direct commandments from God, man. Got correct commands and direct orders from God himself. And Moses said that Moses is talking to a race of people right now. He's not talking to all nations. Moses ain't talking to, the white man, the Chinese man, the Arab man. He's talking to one race of people. Let's prove that if you could. Hold that. Give me Deuteronomy 27 and 1, Baba Kushar.
You're welcome. Book of Deuteronomy 27, verse 1. And Moses and the elder of Israel commanded the people.
Moses and the elders of Israel. It wasn't Moses and some Chinese people. It wasn't Moses and some Arabs. It wasn't Moses and some whites. It wasn't Moses and some Africans. It was Moses with the elders of Israel, man. Who's the elders of Israel? Men at that time that was set up to be leaders, man. Like every government, even England today, England, you got your prime minister. Meaning what? He's your prime minister. He's your top minister for England. A minister is someone that works hard, man. Someone that works. He's your top worker. Then you have your members of parliament, man. Then you have your MPs. Then you have those MPs today will be the elders of England to speak. And Moses had men just like that, men that would carry out the work for him. And that's how every government works, man. You have a hierarchy and they pass the orders down. Moses would make a law, would not make a law, would get a law from God. Moses would give it to the elders of Israel. The elders of Israel will pass it down, and they pass it all the way down till it gets to the common man. Just like today, man. Every law comes from parliament, from your prime minister. It goes down to the MPs. It goes down to your mayors and your local mayors. Then it goes down to the policeman, your average policeman. And it goes to the public, man. That's how it works. So we're the government just like that in Israel. And we're the government like that just for black people, man. Just for black, Hispanics, Native American Indians. This Bible is a book written for one people, man. By one people, got laws to govern one people, man, to make one people better, to make one people above all people. And Moses was only speaking to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Moses was only speaking to the Israelites. And we're going to read the curses today of what will happen to the Israelites if they disobey God. And you're going to find out, black man, that all these curses are talking about you, man. Every curse you read in this Bible, you're going to say, hold on, it sounds like black people. Give me Deuteronomy 28:1 again, Baba Kushar.
The book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I have commanded thee this day, the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
And the Lord said, if we listen to his commandments, he will set us on high above all nations, man. Don't tell me, people say that I'm racist. I ain't racist, man. I'm reading the Bible, and the Lord said, if we listen to him, he will put us, or he will put the Israelites over all the other nations on the earth, man. That sounds like racism to me. I didn't write that. I thought we was all equal. I thought everyone was equal. I thought no man is better than the next man. I thought no nation was better than the next nation. But right here, the Lord saying that he'll put one nation above another nation. The Lord saying right here that he'll put one nation, he'll make one nation greater than another nation. That's in the Bible, man. The Lord said, you obey me, listen to my commandments. And what's the Lord's commandments, man? No pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, man. No tattoos, man. No same-sex marriage, man. No woman dressing up like a man. And no man dressing up like a woman. No murder, no drug dealing, man. The Lord said, if the Israelites kept these commandments, they will be above all nations that are upon the face of the earth, man. Will be above them. You see, like today America is above all nations, man. Everybody wants to go to America. Everybody wants to go to England. Everybody wants to sneak in the back of a lorry. People want to hide in the bottom of boats. Everybody wants to get there. Why? Because it's the place to be. And the Lord said, what if the Israelites kept the commandments? They will be the top nation on the earth, man. Meaning what? Everybody will want to be like them. Everybody will look up to them. And black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, you're going to find out today that you are the real Israelites, man, that disobey the Most High God. And that is the reason why we're not on high. That is the reason why we're not above all nations. But in fact, we look down on by all nations. We are not on top of all nations. All nations are on top of us. Why? Because we disobeyed our God. We disobeyed our God. Black man, you're gonna find out today why black people are in this condition, and it got nothing to do with voting. It got nothing to do with marching. It got nothing to do with politics, man. It got everything to do with God, man. It got everything to do with our disobedience toward our God, and that's why we're on the bottom. No matter what country you go to on the face of the earth, black people are on the bottom. Even countries that are governed by black people, we are still on the bottom, man. So you tell me what the problem is. We've got black politicians, and we're still on the bottom. We've got black people in the army, and it's still on the bottom. We got black leaders, and it's still on the bottom, man. What could the reason possibly be? I'm gonna tell you what, man. It's that God ain't on our side, and we're gonna read it. Keep reading.
Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come unto thee, and overtake thee.
The Lord said, if we keep his commandments, all these blessings will come upon us, meaning what? We'll be blessed, man. We'll be blessed. Black on black crime wouldn't exist. Knife crime wouldn't exist. Ghettos will be paradise. Abortion rate will be zero. AIDS will be a myth. Will be a myth to black people, man. COVID-19 will be a myth to black people. We will be blessed. But this is the problem, black man. We did not keep the Lord's commandments, man. We did not keep the Most High's commandments, and we don't keep them today. Thanks to Christianity, black man, we break every single. Thanks to Christianity, we break every single commandment. Christianity teaches us that it's all about your heart, and God don't care about these rules. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, commandments are rules, man, that we must live by. There's an old saying that says what? Rules is what separates us from the animals, man. That's an old saying, and that saying is correct, man. Rules is what separates us from animals. And guess what, black man? If you don't keep these rules in the Bible, you are an animal, man. And we become animals thanks to Christianity. In the Bible, it says that what? Women should dress modestly. But what? Women today don't keep that law. And now they are animals, man. Animals walk around naked. Now our women walk around naked. Animals have sex with anything they want to. And now black men have sex with anything they want to. White woman, Chinese woman, Arab woman, a woman who already got a man. We become animals, man. Animals bust open bins, man, and eat anything they want to eat. And now we become animals. and we eat anything we want to eat. Crab, shrimp, lobster, snails, pork, you know what I mean? Jerk pork, you know what I mean? Stew peas with pigtail in there, lobster. Why? Because we've become animals. Why? Because we ain't keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. And the law says we don't keep these commandments. Give me verse 15, Baba Kushal.
The book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all.
I said, if we don't hearken unto his voice, hearken is an old English word, which means to listen. The Lord said, Moses said via the Lord, if we don't listen to keep all of God's commandments, read.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which he command thee this day, that all these curse shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
The Lord said, if we don't keep his commandments, all these curses will come upon us, man. The Lord said, if we don't observe all these commandments, let me tell you something, commandments are not suggestions, man. Commandments are not things that you can do if you want to do. They're not things that, you can, if you feel like it, you can do it. Commandments are things that you must do. That's what commandments are, things that you must do, man. Do's and don'ts, yes and no's. When you go to the army, you're given strict commands, man, and you must follow out them commandments. And the Bible, likewise, we have a commandment, black man, not to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. We have a commandment, black man, not to lie down with another man's woman. We got a commandment, black man, not to steal and sell drugs. These are things that we are commanded to do. And the Lord said, if we want to be Christian and revolt, if we want to be Christian and say, well, I'd rather do this. Well, I like her. I know she got a man, but I like her. I know smoking weed is wrong, but it makes me explore. I like to express my mind a little bit, man. These curses will come upon us. I'm going to read these curses that will come upon us. A curse is a punishment from God, man. And the Lord's talking to a race of people. And the Lord says, if you disobey my commandment, I will put punishments on you. And you look at every single nation on the face of the earth, and you see that there's only one race of people being punished by God, man, which must make us the Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. How is the white man cursed by God when he got the strongest army on the face of the earth? Every white country, whether Poland, England, Spain, Netherlands, have a powerful army, man. They can blow up countries by the push of a button, man. How are they cursed? The Chinese, how are they cursed, man? When they got Chinatown in every city in England, every city in America. The Chinese are taking over all of Africa. The Chinese are taking over the Caribbean islands, man. How are they cursed, man? Then I look at black people. I say, damn, black people must be them Jews, man. I look at black people, no matter what country you go to, you'll see black people suffering, man. No matter what country you go to, you'll see black people on drugs, man. No matter what country you go to, I see ghettos, and these ghettos are filled with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I even look at rich countries. I look at rich countries, then look at black people in those rich countries, and black men are suffering in those rich countries. Rich countries like England, rich countries like America and France, rich countries like the Netherlands and Spain, man. When you think of England, you think of tea and crumpets and the Big Ben. No one don't tell you that in that same rich country, black people are suffering. Nobody don't tell you that in that same rich country, black men are stabbing each other with knives, man. No one tells you in that same rich country that black men are being gunned down by the Metropolitan Police and no justice is happening. Nobody tells you that, man. No one tells. When you think of France, you think of French bread and tea and crumpets. No one tells that they beat the piss out of black people, man, in them countries. That's what they don't tell you. Read that again, Baba Kushar.
The book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
So I can't hear you. You sound very low. I'm not sure what you've done. I'm not sure you're covering your mic or something, but you sound very, very, very low.
My mic is quite okay. Let's have a look at it.
I'll kick you out. Try to come back in again, yes? See if it helps.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'll read it. And it reads, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And the Lord said curses will come on us and overtake us, man. Meaning not only shall curses come upon us, they will catch us. Meaning, black man, you can't escape these curses, man. You know, a lot of us think that money is a problem. We feel that money will solve it. And we get money. Pardon me. We have celebrities that got money, man. We have celebrities that got money and they still go through the curses, man. They still get stopped and frisked by the police. You know, when 21 Savage is a black man from the UK, man, and almost got deported just like the Windrush, and money couldn't save him, man. 21 Savage is a black man from the UK that went to America and got rich, man, and his brother died the other day, just like how our brothers die, you know, every time. In the streets, all of us have to, your average black man gets a phone call, man, saying that his brother's been stabbed and, you know, was crying and, you know, got paid for the funeral. And that happens to 21 Savage also, who's rich. I mean, these cases shall overtake us, man, whether you're rich or you're poor. Happens to all of us, man. Oprah Winfrey was the richest woman on the face of the earth. Not the richest black woman, the richest woman on the face of the earth, man. And she went to a store and said, excuse me, can you pass the handbag, please? I want to see it. And the shop clerk said, nah, you can't afford that. She went through the same thing that average black women go through. This is something that we can't escape, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Read that, Deuteronomy 28:15.
The book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But
it's like I'm not hearing you at all, man. Damn.
If thou will not,
bear me 1 second. I'm not hearing you. 1 minute, 1 second.
Lord thy God.
So lucky, I'm not hearing the brother too tough. So he goes, cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. And that's us, man. The Bible basically saying wherever you go, you're gonna be cursed. Whether you make it to Hollywood, you're cursed, man. You better hear the stories about black people go through in Hollywood, man. You better hear the stories about black people go through in the end, man. No matter where we go, we're cursed, man. Imagine this, black people from Jamaica thought, yeah, man, I'm gonna make it to England. England, man, which is more rich than Jamaica. I'm gonna be nice. Came to England just to be called Gollywog, man. Came to England just to rent a house. Sorry, just to rent a room. Sorry, couldn't even rent a house. Only could rent a room. And that's what we had to go through as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Black people from America migrated from the South to go to places like New York, Chicago, California, just to find out that they're gonna migrate just to be stopped and frisked by the police, man. The Bible goes, no matter where we go, we're gonna be cursed, man. We can't escape it. Keep it in.
The book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I have commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God, keep it in.
Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, cursed shall thou be in the field. Verse 17. Cursed shall thou be thy basket and thy stores.
And the Bible goes, cursed is your basket and your store, man. And black man, this is what you call living from wage to wage, man. This is what you call having no savings. Your basket is the stuff that you put up for store, and your store is what short for storage, man. And that's why as blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians, we don't have no generational wealth, man, as they call it. We don't have no savings like the Arab man has, the Indian man has. Everyone says, how come all these nations come to England after black people and are doing way better than black people? Because they are under the curse of God, man. Black man, it's got nothing to do with you being dumb, got nothing to do with you being slow. It's that God is against us, man. And we got a devil called the oppressor, the devil called the Edomites with his foot on our neck that makes sure that we don't grow, make sure that we don't prosper, and puts loads of things out there to divert us, man. Puts things out there like drugs, puts things out there to stop us. That's what this oppressor does, man. So let me get two questions real quick. The first question is to Lucky, sir. Can I get a breakdown of the story of Tobias? All right, the story of Tobias or the book of Tobit is about a brother living in the land of Nineveh. You can read about Nineveh in the book of Jonah. You know what I mean? Tobias and Jonah are books written at the exact same time. If you read the book of Tobit, he even speaks about Jonah. He's living in a city of Nineveh, which is a heathen city, and the brother's a righteous brother, and he sends his son to go find himself a wife, and the wife is near to kin, and that wife comes back. Jonah, Tobias thought he lost his son, whatever, but his son came back, and he teaches his son how to be righteous and keep the laws of God, not to rob nobody. That's pretty much the story of Tobias, to be honest, or Tobit, in a nutshell. So, Lakia, I wanted to ask: Do you know that tribes relate? So, okay, I wanted to ask: How do you know that tribes relate to where you're from? For example, I'm not sure. So you might have to reword that better. I'm not getting it, so Lakia. Keep reading, Baba Kushar.
Verse 18. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land.
And the Bible goes, cursed is the fruit of your body. What's the fruit of our body, man? Our children. The fruit of an apple tree is the apples that it produces, man. The fruit of a banana tree is the bananas that it produces. And a fruit of a man is his children. Men produce stuff as well, man. It's your children's sperm comes out from your penis, man. And it goes into a woman, and she produces children. And the Bible goes, our children will be cursed, man. Black man, that's the gangs, man. That's all the gang activities which the Bible's talking about. When they say a black man is more likely to die in his mom's womb because of abortion, that's written right here in the Bible, man. In America, it said a black man is most likely to die by abortion, man, than going to the army, than dying of cancer, than being shot by the police. He's likely to die in his mom's womb. And that's what the Bible's talking about right here, man. Curse is the fruit of your womb. Meaning what? Our children, man. Keep reading.
The increase of thy kind and the flock of thy sheep.
And the increase of our kind and the flock of our sheep, man. Meaning what? Back to today, everybody works a job. But back then, things were different. To get money, you had to have sheep, man. Have some sort of land. And if you didn't have land, you had to work for someone that had that. If you ain't got sheep and you ain't got land, you can't make money. And that's today, black man. Ain't got no black businesses. Got no black businesses. And the one that we have, we try to promote it. We tell everyone to buy black. When Indian man don't tell everyone to buy Indian. Chinese man don't tell everyone to buy Chinese. Why? Because they got it together, man. It's a shame that we got to push this. We got to push black people to buy black. We got to push it, man. Else why? Black men won't buy black. Else black businesses wouldn't succeed. Else black businesses will foreclose, man. We got to push man to buy. And that's in the Bible also, man. No sheep. Back in the day, black man, sheep. If you were sheep, that means you could sell stuff, man. You were sheep, you could sell wool. You could sell meat. Well, you could sell milk. That's a business right there, man. You could join the milking industry. You could join the clothing industry. You could you could be a butcher. All these things you could do if you had sheep. But the Bible goes, curse shall be your sheep, man. Meaning what? You can't make no money, man. You can't make no money. We can't make money today. That's why we're the only community that rappers boast and say, I got a car, I got this. We boast. And why do we boast? Because the rest of our people don't have it, man. We boast about things that's just normal. Everyone else, like, okay, you got a car, I got a car too. But to us, we're so poor, black man, that when one of us gets a car, we look up to him like, wow, we got a car, man. When one of us get a gold chain, we're looking like, yo, we got a gold chain, man. That's because why? Our conditions right here in the Bible, man. This don't talk about nobody else, man. As a nation of people, this don't happen to no one else. There's individuals out there that are poor. There's individuals that go through what we go through. But as a nation of people, no one goes through what we go through, man. Why? Because God said it will happen to a race of people, man. To a specific race of people, man. We don't know.
Verse 19. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out.
Boy, look at that, man. The Lord said, curse you're going to be when you come in. When you come into this world, when you're born, man, it's cursed. It's a miracle that we're even born. It's a miracle that we're here. We're born to poor parents, man. It's a miracle that we was even here. It's a miracle that we're born to poor parents, man. Drug addict parents, man. Living in rat-infested apartments. Living in a neighborhood where gunshots go off, man. Living in a neighborhood where police stop and frisk people. We were cursed when we came into this life, and we cursed when we leave, man. When the black man, majority of black men that I know can't even pay for their own funeral, man. Imagine that. You can't pay to live. When you're alive, you're scrambling and trying to pay the bills. And guess what? You can't even afford to die, man. It's cheaper. Imagine that it's cheaper for you to be alive than you to die. Cheaper for you to be alive, man. If you were to ever die now, the bill that you will spring on your family would just be ridiculous, man. To spring that headstone on them, and the funeral fees, and the coffin, and the venue, it'd be cheaper if you just be alive. You think that to die would be cheaper because you're dead. You're dead, man. But to be alive is actually cheaper than to die as a black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian, man. Why? Because we're cursed when we come into life, and we're cursed when we leave, man. 1 second. Salakia, he sent him to get some money from his brother and get a wife. That's correct. He actually sent the book of Tobias. He sent his brother. He sent his son to go pick up some money, and he thought his son was dead. You know, I mean, I know a lot of you probably thinking, why would he think that? Listen, this is way before telephone and way before video calls. If you send a man from Birmingham to go to London, and he don't come back in a month, you're like, oh shit, where's he gone, man? And you know what I mean? You set him out there in the bushes, and you know, long before there was nice, pretty motorways, you can still see it on either side. You just mountain and bush and deers. And you send your son out there, you don't know if he's coming back or not. And he thought his son was dead, and his son came back. Sister reads, as in, how do you know the Benjamites are those in the Caribbean that mixed is correct? All right, that's a breakdown in itself. I'd have to do a whole list on that. Or you can go online and watch a couple breakdowns. I think Captain Sakawar did one. I know Captain Cartazar did one. But the Bible in Genesis 49 gives attributes and it gives locations of where all tribes will be. It gives a tribe of where Benjamin will be. It gives scriptures of where Issachar will be. And it also gives attributes as well of those nations. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, we tell you about Issachar and the rest that they have. You mix that with the curses. So you find that the curses will point out who we all are, but then the specifics will point out exactly where, and there's attributes to different tribes, man. And you know, you put it together, you get, you know, that's how you get your tribes anyway. Go on, carry reading them, Mawasa.
Verse 20. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out.
And cursed shall thou be when you go out, man. When you leave, you curse again. No money. You leave a bill on your family. Drop a big bill on your family, man. You know what I mean? You drop a big bill on your family. They got to deal with all the funeral bills and the venue. You curse when you go. When white people leave, they leave, you know, with a will. They leave with insurance policy. Not us, man. Not us, man. And the way we die as well, our kids get killed by the police, by other gangs. We die horrible deaths, man. We leave grief and mourn on our family. We don't die of old age, man. We're cursed when we come into this life, and we're cursed when we leave, man. Why? Because we would not obey God, and the Most High put a curse on us, man. Keep reading.
Verse 20. The Lord shall send upon thee curse, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thine hands for to do.
There you go.
Until thou be destroyed.
And the Lord said everything, the Lord will put rebuke on everything we set our hands to do. And that's why we can't come together, man. People say, well, we tried to come together. It don't work, man. We tried the Black Panthers. We tried the Islamic Muslim movement. We tried Christianity. That's because the Lord has put his hands against us, man. Everything that we set our hands to do doesn't work because God is against us, man. That's the reason why. Keep reading.
Until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly because of the wickedness of thy doings.
And we shall perish because the wickedness of our doing. Perish means to be destroyed, man. And that's what happened to us. We perish because we disobeyed our God. And we perish today, man. We perish in every country. Every country you name it. We perish in the islands. We perish in Mexico. We perish in Brazil. We live in the favelas, the shanty towns, the ghettos, the gullies, the swamps. That's where we're from, man. We perish because we wouldn't obey our God, man. Keep reading.
Whereby thou hast forsaken me. Verse 21. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until he consume thee from off the land where thou goest. possess
the Lord said, make pestilences, keeps what's pestilences, man? Roaches, mice. You know, these are things that black people live with, man. These are things that black people live with. I was watching what's it called? One interview about Jamaican prison, and the man said in Jamaican prison you gotta put tissue in your ears, man, because roaches will crawl into your ears, man. He said that in the cell he had two walls, man, one wall to the left, one wall to the right, man. And he goes, you couldn't even see no brick, couldn't see no concrete. It was full of bugs, man, full of pestilences. He said if you don't cover your food, mice will eat your food, man. And that's the suffering that we have. We live with pestilences. We live in neighborhoods with mice, man, rats running around, roaches running around, man. And why the Lord said it happened to us? Because we disobeyed him. Keep reading.
21. And the Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until ye have consumed thee from off the land, where thou goest to possess it. Verse 22. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning.
All right, no, so skip to the main one. So skip to Deuteronomy 28 and 68, Baba Kushar. In fact, now skip to verse 48.
Verse 40, Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
And the Bible goes, we shall serve our enemies.
And in thirst.
Slow down. So the Bible goes, we shall serve our enemies, man. And who do we serve in England? Who do we serve in America, man? Who do we serve in Brazil, man? We serve the white man. We serve him. If we want a passport, we gotta go to him. If we want to learn about God, we gotta go to him. If you want to go to school, you have to learn, you have to go to him. The Bible goes, we shall serve our enemies, man. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, he's your enemy. God said so in the Bible, man. God says so in the Bible. That man, that race of people is our enemy. And why is it hard to believe? I know a lot of you at home just turn the TV off, man. I know a lot of you just switched off. The Bible goes, that man is our enemy. And is it hard to believe? Would your friend put you on slave ships? Would a friend of yours separate the women from the men? Would a friend of yours gun down Mark Duggan and say, I'll do it again, man? Would a friend of yours round up all Caribbean people that built the UK, round them all up and deport them? No. Only an enemy would do such thing, man. Would a friend put drugs in your neighborhoods? No, they wouldn't, man. This man is clearly our enemy, and God said we will serve him because we disobeyed God, man. God let us serve our enemy. And black man, we have to serve the white man for everything. We have to serve him if we want a passport. We have to serve him if we want anything, man. And the Bible's about to explain that. Keep reading.
And in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke.
Slow down. The Bible goes, we shall serve him in what? In nakedness, in thirst, and in the want of all things, man. Meaning what, black man? If you want clothing, you have to save him. You have to serve him, Salakia. Why? Because we don't own no textile companies. We don't own no clothing companies. We don't own no raw textiles or anything. We got to serve him to get clothes on our back, man. If you want to drink water, black man, we got to go to him. You want to drink from Severn Trent or even get a Volvic bottle of water, man, you got to go to him. And if you want anything, the Bible says in the want of all things, you got to go to your enemy, man. If you find a woman and you find her attractive and you want to marry her, you got to go to him to marry that woman. If you want to learn about God, you got to go to him to learn about God. If you want a driving license, you got to go to him. You want a passport, you have to go to him. Anything you want, you must go to this man. And that man is your enemy, man. Keep it in.
Okay.
28 and 48, in the 48.
Hear me 2 seconds. Look at this thing. Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. And nakedness, and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Verse
and the
49.
Bible goes, that man The Bible says that man will put a yoke of iron upon your neck until he had destroyed you, man. And what race of people had a yoke of iron upon their neck? Let me share it real quick, man. Black man, your slavery is in the Bible. Your conditions in the Bible. Look at that, man. What you're seeing right there is a black man with a yoke of iron upon his neck, man. A yoke of iron upon his neck. The Bible says, this man will put a yoke of iron upon your neck until he has destroyed you. Until he has destroyed you, man. And do you see black people with yokes of iron upon their neck today? No, you don't. Which means what? We are destroyed. The Bible said he'll put a yoke of iron upon your neck until you be destroyed. And we don't have yokes of iron upon our neck right now. Which means what? We've been destroyed, man. Just like a puppy dog. You put a puppy dog on a leash, man. You put him on a leash to make sure he don't go too far. You put him on a leash to make sure he don't go in the road, to make sure he don't go out and fight other dogs. And once that dog is trained, you can take that leash off. And you can trust that dog not to go in the road. You can trust that dog not to bite people. You can trust that dog not to harm other dogs. And that's black people, man. We've been on a leash for so long that we're trained now, man. The oppressor used to kill black people, man. And now we kill black people. Why? Because we're trained. The oppressor hates black people. Now we hate black people. Why? Because we're trained. We're a nation of people that hate our own people. We've been trained by Christianity, trained by the oppressor, man. We're no longer on a leash because we're trained. And that was in the Bible, man. That right there was in the Bible. Once upon a time, you had to force a black man to whip the next black man. Now a black man does it for free. Why? Because of Christianity, man. Christianity teaches us to love everybody but to hate our own. Keep reading, Bible Kushab.
Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the ends of the earth, as swift as the eagle flight.
Where you at? 49?
49.
1 second. Give me 68. Reverse 68. Get to the point. Yeah, do try me 28, 68. I think you froze. 2 seconds. For the bird froze. Give it a minute and he'll be back. But yeah, black man, if I was to read every single curse from 15 down to 68, man, you'll realize that all these things point to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Don't point to nobody else, man. We're the real Jews spoken of in the Bible, who Jesus died for and gave his life for, man. And we're going through everything that we're going through. Why? Because we disobey God, man. And we don't have to vote. All my life, I heard all types of remedies to help the black community, and none of them work, man. Not one of them worked. If Christianity was of God, then we would have been out of this condition a long time ago, man. Islam was of God, we would have been out of this condition a long time ago, but none of these religions are of God, man. They're all fast and they're all things to keep black people in mental bondage, man. To keep black people in chains, man. To keep black people distracted, man. The Bible don't do with religion. Religion is a philosophy in which anyone can join, man. The Bible is about nationality. You have to be born it, man. You have to be born it, and if you're not, then tough, man. Tough. Black people are born above all other nations, man. We was born to be the rulers, and that was ordained by God, man. If anyone got a beef, then they got a beef with God, man. The lion was made to eat the zebra, man. The lion was made to eat the wildebeest, man. And that's just how it is. The cats was made to eat mice, man. One race was made stronger than another, just like the lion was made to eat the wildebeest. The lion was made greater than the wildebeest, and that's just how it is. I don't see no one having a beef with that. And likewise, black man, you are greater than any other nation, man. No one can debate that, man. No one can argue with that, man. That's how God made it. That's why, black man, you run faster than any other nation. You're more creative than any other nation, smarter than any other nation, man. Because you are the greatest, as the Bible says, man. Read that. Deuteronomy 28 and 68, Baba Kushar.
The book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I speak unto thee. Thou shalt see.
Sorry. Too fast. Read it again, nice and slow.
Khan. Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
And the Bible
by
says the Lord will bring us into Egypt again with ships. Egypt is synonymous with slavery. The Israelites went into slavery, man, the first time. Physical Egypt, where we built pyramids, where we made, brick and mortar without straw, man. And the Lord said we will go into Egypt again a second time, but this time with ships. When did we go into slavery with ships, man? When we ended up in the Caribbean, when we ended up in America, North, South, and Central America, man. When we ended up on the shores of Jamaica, the shores of Barbados, the shores of Trinidad and Montserrat, man. That was us being taken into slavery again with ships. You show me when this happened to the Jewish man. You show me in any history when Hitler had boats. Show me in any history where Jewish people was taken to another country or taken to Europe with boats, man. They were taken to Europe in steam trains. In fact, Jewish people migrated to Europe, man. Migrated to Europe. What happened to them was dreadful, was terrible, man. I wouldn't wish death on anybody. But these curses don't point to them, man. They are not the true Jews of the Bible. The real true Jews of the Bible went into slavery with ships, man. And that only happened to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. Keep it in.
By the way whereof I speak unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
And the Bible said we won't see our homeland no more again. The Bible said we won't see our homeland no more again because, by the way, and it's crazy because black people call it ends, by the way, man, or round the way. He said, by the way, you will see it no more again. By the way, your land. You know what I mean? But like if a man say, I live by the way, you know what I mean? Saying by the way, you will see it no more again. Meaning the where you live, you won't see it no more again. And black people ain't seen Jerusalem ever again, man. You might get 1-2 individuals that might go over there. But the race of people, we don't know that Jerusalem is our land. We don't know that Israel is our land. We think we're African. We think Jamaica's our land. We think the southern parts of America is our land. Again, as a race of people, we don't see large amounts of Mexicans in Israel, man. You don't see large amounts of Brazilians in Israel. You don't see large amounts of black people in them areas. Why? Because we ain't seen our homeland no more again. Now we think Africa's the motherland. Now we think Jamaica's the motherland, which is ridiculous, man. How can Africa be the motherland when Africa's a continent, man? It's a continent that consists of 50 plus countries. 50 plus countries with different languages, different lands and different borders and different customs, man. How are we going to be the whole damn continent? That's because we lost black men and we ain't seen a homeland no more. Ask a black man, yo, where you from originally? From Africa, man. The whole continent. A man from France don't say Europe. A man from Italy don't say Europe. A man from England don't say European. This is the country from. We're so ignorant. We think from the whole damn continent. Ask a black man where he's from and say Afro-Caribbean. I'm Afro-Caribbean. But Afro's a hairstyle, man. How you gonna be a hairstyle? How you gonna be a hairstyle, man? Caribbean means a dog. Christopher Columbus went to the Caribbean and called them Caribs, man. Dogs, man. If you're calling yourself African Caribbean, you're calling yourself African white man. Tell me down in your speaker so I can hear you. I'll give myself reverbing.
No, I can't.
Okay. If you're calling yourself African, you're naming yourself after a white man. Leo Scipius Africanus is a white man, an Italian conqueror, man. And they named the land of America after Amerigo Vespucci, man. And black men say, I'm African American, call themselves after 2 different continents, man. Call themselves after 2 white men. How is your identity 2 white men? You're a black man, but your identity is 2 white men. That don't even make sense, man. If you're a black man calling yourself African Caribbean, you're calling yourself after the Africans, man. You are not. You're calling yourself after a continent, man. And you're calling yourself a dog as well. That's what you're doing. Why? Because we don't know where we're coming from. We don't know that Israel is our land, black man. We don't know that the people of the Bible are our people, man. We don't know that Jesus Christ was a black man. We don't know that Moses was a black man. Ezekiel, black man. Zechariah, Zephaniah, Hosea, Isaiah, all the men, they were black men just like us, man. Who preserve these records that we can read it today in the future and find out that we don't have to live a life of selling drugs, man. We don't have to live a life of being whores, man, and prostitutes, man. We can change our life and that we are royal, man. Read that again up.
Rawan Khan. And thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwoman, and no man shall buy you.
And the Bible goes, you shall be what? You shall be taken into Egypt with ships, man. That's what you call slave ships. And the Bible says there, that same land where you be sold, you'll be sold to your enemies, man, for bondmen and bondwomen. And what happened to black people when we got to the Americas, man? What happened to black people when we got to the Caribbean and we got to North America, Central and South America, man? We were sold, man. Sold on auction blocks, man. Sold to work in the cotton fields. Sold to work in the cane fields. Sold to work in the house, man. Sold to go do mining. You're sold to go do farming. That's what we done. You showed me where the so-called Jewish man was sold, man. So-called Jewish man was put in gas chambers, man. Listen, don't get twisted. That's a shame, man. That's a shame that could happen to someone to be, branded with a scalding iron and, put into gas chambers and put on steam train. That's terrible, man. But he was never sold, man. He don't fit the prophecies of this Bible. Black man, you were sold. You were sold like cattle, man. Sold to one slave master. Your surname could change like 3-4 times in your lifetime, man. Black man in the 1600s, black man came with a logbook, man. He was sold. He was sold, man. We came with papers. In the 1600s, black man, we were sold like, you know how people sell a car and they'll clean the car to hide all the scratches, or they'll wax the car to hide the scratches, or they'll patch up a car so it works when a man has a test run, and then later on when it breaks down, say, yo, it's already sold. Guess what? They did it to black people, man. They did just that to black people, sold us on auction blocks like little cars, man. And if a black man was sick, they'll patch him up, man. They'll oil you up, have you looking nice and shiny, not all dusty and ashy. So slave masters will come and go, yeah, man, he looks fit. He can work on my cane field. He can work on my cotton field, man. Patch us up just like how they'll patch up a car. If a black man had diarrhea and was leaking, they couldn't have him leaking around buyers, man. And they will plug him, man. Plug him, have him looking all healthy. That's what they did to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Show me in any history, any time frame where this happened to Jewish people, where this happened to us Nazis, or Ashkenazis, or Sephardic Jews, or Orthodox Jews, whatever the case may be, man. You show me what happened to them. It never happened to them. Show me when they was put on slave ships, and show me when they were sold, man. And I can show you when black people sold. I can show you when black people were sold on auction blocks and put in slavery, man. There's books upon books upon books about them slave ships, man, and it will blow your mind. We tell you that black people drowned to death in them slave ships on women's menstrual blood. After the Dungabar got a book, man, it tells you that on them slave ships, man, brothers was thrown overboard to the sharks. And if you was on the boat, you would hear it. You could hear it, man. And that would make you not want to rebel. They said so much sharks follow the slave ships that the sharks still take the same route to this day. So much black people thrown overboard that we changed the course of nature, man. That's history. You can find that history. You can YouTube that, man. You can Google that, man. That will pop up. You won't hear that about no other nation but blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Keep reading.
Karawan Khan, that's it. That's 68 for last verse.
Read that again, Baba Kushar.
Karawan Khan, Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I speak unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwoman, and no man shall buy you.
And the Bible said, there you shall be sold to your enemies. There goes that word enemies again, man. Our oppressor is our enemy, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian, man. That's your enemy, man. God said he's your enemy. And the Bible said, no man shall buy you. Mean what? Buy you means save you. You can't be sold and if no man not buy you. He's not talking about physically buying you. He's talking about save you. And no man saved us, man. No politician saved us. Not Malcolm X, not Martin Luther King, not Marcus Garvey. No man has saved us. This is a job for Jesus Christ, man. A black man, the king of every black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, man. That's who's going to save us. No one else to bring this black man. All this points to us, man. If I was to read every single curse from 15 to 68, you would know that he's talking about us. Let me show you some pictures of slave ships, man. Let me show you what the Bible's talking about. Read there, man. This is how we got every country black people are in today. This is how we got there, man. This is what the Bible's talking about right here, man. This is black man. This is how you got to Jamaica, man, and Dominica, and all the lands that we're talking about. This is how we got there on slave ships, man. Not on steam trains. We didn't migrate there. We was plucked up and forced there, man. And this right here, black man, is written up in the Bible. Written up in the Bible, man. They tell you that color ain't in the Bible. They tell you that these things don't matter. You know what I mean? Black man, these things matter, man. It matters so much that God put it in the Bible. It matters so much, black man, that's in the Bible. Your plight, black man, your oppression, everything you go through is in the Bible. And guess what? This is the good news as well, man. This is the gospel right here. How to get out of it is also in the Bible too, man. You know what I mean? Give me a Hosea 5:15, Baba Kushar. Hosea 5.
Is it Isaiah?
Hosea 5:15. Let me know when you're there.
Obadiah, Amos.
Hosea
5:15. Book of Hosea 5:15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face in their affliction. They shall seek me early.
Read it again, Baba Kushar.
Hosea 5:15. I'll go and return to my place till they acknowledge.
Got there. So this is God saying, God said, I will go and hide my face and I will go back to my place, man. The Lord, once upon a time, like, listen, the presence of God was around us, man. It was all around us, man. You got to read about brothers like Moses, man. You got to read about how the Lord parted the Red Sea and no nation could touch us, man. The Lord was around us. And the Lord said, listen, I'm going to depart from them. I'm going to go back to my place, man. I'm not going to be around them. And now, black man, the presence of God has left us, man. He has left us, man. Black on black crime should show you that God ain't around us no more. Abortion should show you that what God ain't around us no more. He's not with us no more, man. Black men getting killed by the police should show you that, guess what? God ain't around us no more, man. Dying by the hands of the police and being deported by our own government, man, should show you that God ain't around us no more. We're used to the police, black man. You're meant to feel relief. You're meant to go, the police are here. When black men see the police, we feel scared. The people that are meant to make us feel safe, we're scared when we see them. What kind of life is that, man? That could only happen if God has left us, man. God ain't around us no more. How can you deport a whole generation of people that built a country and nothing come out of it, man? That could only happen if God ain't with his people, man. Keep it in.
Khan, till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face in their affliction.
The Lord said, I'm going to go. What's the good news, black man? The Lord said, I'm not going to go forever. The Lord didn't say I'm going to leave forever. The Lord said, I'm going to leave them until they acknowledge their transgressions, until they acknowledge their sins, man, until they acknowledge what they're doing wrong. So the Lord left us, but the Lord said, what? When we acknowledge what we're doing wrong, he will come back, man. When we realize, you know what? I've been smoking weed my whole life, let me stop that, man. You know what? I've been in the Christian church my whole life, let me stop that, man. I've been Muslim my whole life, let me stop that, man. I was a whore my whole life. I've had 10 abortions, but I'm having no more, man. Let me stop that, man. The Lord said, I'm going to leave them until they acknowledge their transgressions, man. That's the good news, black man. That's the gospel, man. That's the good news there, black man. That what? We don't have to remain in this condition no more. We don't have to remain on the bottom no more. We don't have to accept the fact that we're in the bottom of society, man. That we can come out of this. Keep it in.
Till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early.
And the Lord said, until we acknowledge our offense, man, until we acknowledge our offense and seek the Lord's face. How do you seek the Lord, man? By keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. And we at the UPK, black man, we are seeking the Lord's face. And we're telling our brothers to seek the Lord's face too, man. By getting them off drugs, getting them out the streets, getting them out of prison, man. Getting them out of any sin that they're in, any addiction that they're in. We're getting brothers to seek the Lord's face. And the Lord said, in our affliction, we're going to seek him early. So what does that mean? In our affliction, we're going to seek God early.
right in same tribulation that we are going through at the moment, if we turn around and seek his face in our present tribulation, then he'll come back and redeem us early.
There you go, man. You know what I mean? You kind of there. It's basically saying the Lord ain't beating us because he hates us. The Lord ain't beating us because he don't want us no more. He's beating us so we can seek his face. Meaning the Lord wants us to go through so much poverty that we seek him early. We seek him earlier than we're supposed to. Say, yo, this pressure's so bad, so isn't it right, man? I gotta find out what I got. I gotta find out what's going on. In our affliction, we will seek him early, not late, early. So much black people supposed to die around us that you meant to say, yo, certain it right, man. Let me find out what I want. Let me hit them I.S.U.P.K brothers up, man, and find out how we can get out of this. So much abortions that you make you go, whoa, certain it right, man. So much drugs being sold meant to make you say, yo, certain it right, man. That's what the Lord means by seek me early. So much oppression and doom and gloom meant to say, yo, something ain't right. But Christianity is so strong that there's so much affliction, so much poverty, so much death, and we still don't see the Lord. Can you imagine that? Christianity makes us bang a tambourine and forget about the drugs being sold and forget about the crack and making us love Jesus, and so much going on in our neighborhoods, man, so much death. And I honestly don't see how Christians have time to sing and dance every Sunday, man. The singing and dancing don't fix black on black crime, man. Singing and dancing don't fix drugs in our neighborhoods, man. And Christians want to sing all day, dance all day, and have a ball. And then step out of that church on a Sunday about 9 o'clock. I think service done finish about 9 o'clock, man. Step out back into the community where drugs are being sold, man. Step out from the church back into the community where guns are ringing off, man. Step out back in the community where police are stopping, frisking you, man, just because you're black. Leave the church and open the door and step out back on the pavement, man, where there's no black businesses, man. And that's Christianity. Christianity is a drug like cocaine, man. Drug like cocaine. People sniff cocaine white to escape reality, to make them forget about the horrible life that they live in, to make them forget about the poverty that they're living in. And Christianity is the same way, man. It's the exact same way. Black men go to church talking about color don't matter, man. What world are you living in, man? Imagine that as a black man, you step out into church, banging a tambourine, talking about color don't matter, man. After you've been stopped and frisked by the police all week because of your color, gonna tell me color don't matter, man. You can't get no job. Why? Because of your color, man. The Wimbush was deported. Why? Just because of their color, man. Just because of their color. England got loads of money, man. England got money, but they don't want to give it to black people. The people that built this country, the black people are the reason why England's rich in the first place. Black people are the reason why everybody wants to sneak on the back of a lorry and come to England, man. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American Indian man. Black people are the reason why Romanians come on the back of a lorry, man. Romanians hear how great England is, and they sneak on the back of a lorry because they want some of that greatness. And guess what? It was black people that made England great in the first place, man. Black people cut cane and cotton and coffee beans and cocoa so England can be what it is, man. The black people come in the 60s and 50s and built this country up, man. And every other nation that ain't got ties to England wants a piece of it, man. And England got money for them. England got money for the Afghanis, man. England got money for the Ukrainians, man. Got money for the Somalians, man. Got money for the Romanians and all these refugees. But England ain't got money for black people, though. The Windrush generation, England cut off their benefits. The Windrush generation, the only money England going to spend on you is to give you more policemen to harass you in your neighborhoods. The only funding England going to come out of pocket with is money to get black people on the flights, man. It's to build bigger prisons, man. That's the only time England can spend money on black people, man. It's like we'll keep it in, like here. I'll keep it in.
No one can. That's it. That's enough at 15.
Read that again, Baba Kusha.
Karawan Khan. The book of Osee, 5 verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they have acknowledged their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early.
And we're supposed to seek the Lord early? The Lord wants us to see all them things and go, Rough, that's rough, man. That's harsh. But you're in the Christian church, you don't see that. For some reason, you don't see that, man. You think God loves everybody. Life is all about race, man. Romanians come to England and what they do set each other up, man. Pakistanis come to England and what they do set each other up, man. And let me tell you something, race is stronger than religion. Don't listen to no Muslims, and Muslims say, yo, nah, man, because Islam is not about race. Shut up, man. Pakistani men open an off license, a petrol station, a news agent, and they don't hire black people, man. I know plenty of black Muslims, and black Muslims don't get a job in your don't get a job in your off license, man. They don't get a job in your petrol station, man. You give it to your own Pakistani brother, man. Why? Because race matters. You know what I mean? Ethiopians come to England, they open Ethiopian shops, man. Chinatown employs Chinese people, man. I can't speak English, but they'll hire their people before they hire you, man. Why? Because it's all about race, black man. And somehow we see this as a race or matter. And that's Christianity, man. It's a big drug, man. Just like how drugs will make you forget your poverty and oppression. Christianity makes you forget your poverty and oppression, man. That's Christianity. And the people that taught us Christianity don't believe in it themselves. The white man tells you that God loves everybody. Meanwhile, he hates black people. The Christian man in slavery that taught you God loves everybody was whipping black people, man, and raping black women. That didn't even make sense. God loves everybody, but yeah, go in my cotton field, man, and pick cotton, man. While I sit back. And that's what religion is. Religion is something to keep black people docile, man. To keep black people docile and on the bottom and loving all nations. Black man, ain't nothing wrong with hating your enemy, man. Ain't nothing wrong with hating the man that does you wrong. But Christianity teaches you to love him. I know I was in the past. I'll forget about it, man. And while we forget about it and put it in the past, no one else is doing it, man. No one else is doing it, man. The Jewish man didn't forgive the Jewish man didn't forgive the Nazis. They're still locking up Nazis to this day. Nazis in their 90s, man. You see them also. Nazis in wheelchairs with a gas canister and oxygen. They're breathing oxygen through a tube in their nose, man, and locking them up for war crimes, man. They ain't turning the other cheek. They ain't putting it in the past. But black people, we must forget about slavery, man. We must forget about slavery and forget about all the money we made. It's done now. The white man got it, and that's it. It wasn't them. It was their forefathers, and therefore they ain't to blame. That's the trick they tell us, man. Meanwhile, they don't believe it themselves. Nazis, Jewish men don't like Nazis. Jewish people won't even buy a German car, man. That's how much integrity they got. But when it comes to us, we're supposed to forget about it, man. And race don't matter. And it don't matter about this, and nothing matters. All you gotta be is happy and be with God. And meanwhile, black man, we remain. While we believe in all this, we remain on the bottom. And all the other nations that don't believe in all this are getting rich, man. They're getting rich. Russia and Ukraine are both Christian countries, man. Both of them are Christian countries. And when it was Easter last year, they asked the Ukrainians, man, how do you feel about this? And they said, one woman, they asked a woman in particular, and she said, I won't be happy till all the Russians are dead, man. Because the Christianity they teach black people is a different Christianity that they learn themselves, man. Christianity to us is to be a good slave and shut up, man, and let master rule over you. Christianity to them is go out there and dominate, man. They tell us to turn the other cheek. Meanwhile, they don't turn the other cheek. When 9/11 happened, George Bush is a Christian, man. America's a Christian country. They did not turn no other cheek, man. They were out there and bombed and killed hundreds of thousands of people, man. But tell black people to turn the other cheek. Ridiculous, man. Let me get another one for you. Read that again, Baba Kushar.
Book of Hosea 5, verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they have acknowledged their offense and seek my face in their affliction. They will seek me early.
Okay, let me get the description now. Give me Daniel. Give me Daniel 9.
Daniel
9 and 12.
9 and 12. The book of Daniel 9, verse 12. And he had confirmed his words, which he spake against us. In
fact, start from 11, Baba Kushar.
Daniel 9, verse 11. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing.
There you go. So the Bible goes, all Israel have transgressed the law of God, man. In Deuteronomy, God said, if you keep my commandments, I will set you on high. If you disobey my commandments, I'll put you low. So let's find out what Israel did, man. Let's find out what our forefathers did, man. And Daniel said, what? We broke his law, man. We broke the law of God, man. Why? Because we wanted to be Christian. And if you're a Christian black man, you break every single law of God. Why? Because Christianity ain't about rules. Christianity is all about doing what makes you feel happy, man. You want to leave your husband, you leave him, man. They don't make you feel good. You know me. You want to, take drugs, take it, man. Makes you feel good, man. You want tattoos, go get it, man. It's your body. It's all about what makes you feel good, man. When the Bible ain't about you, it's about rules, man. It's about rules. When you go to work, you don't turn up when you want to turn up. It's not about you. You don't treat people how you want to treat them. It's not about you. And that's how you run a good, nice business, man. That's how you run a society, man, with rules, man. Christianity is a lawless, ruleless, unruly place, man. We need rules to survive. And all these rules in the Bible will fix black people, fix Hispanics, Native Indians, man. The Bible says, love your brother as you love yourself. Your brother is a fellow black man. It's not anybody. And if we kept that law black, man, I'd stop black on black crime, man. I'd stop postcode wars, man. It's funny because white people want to stop us from believing want to stop us from believing what we believe in the I.S.U.P.K. They want to flag our channels, man. When we're helping you out, man. On the news, all we keep hearing about is the black on black crime and the crime and the knife rate. Well, that means you should let UPK loose, man. Stop blocking our channels. You know why? Because we want the same thing as you. And we actually got the remedy. Whereas your police bash the heads of black people open, man. And it still don't work. We got the remedy, man. What's the remedy? These rules. Love your brother as you love yourself, man. I'll stop black on black crime. I'll stop black on black crime right here, man. The Bible goes, don't suffer a witch to live. A witch is a drug dealer, man. We'll stop drug dealing in your neighborhoods, man. We'll stop kids from being raised in a house by themselves with just their mom or just their dad, man. Just stop that, man. By getting rid of drugs, you get rid of what? You get rid of drug users, man. You know what I mean? Kids don't have to be in a house by themselves. Kids don't have to be born crack babies. People don't have to be, if you stop drugs, you stop stealing. Because people steal to get drugs, man. A man can finally lock his car door and leave his wallet in the passenger seat, man, without someone breaking into it. People ain't got to, hold on to their belongings no more. You stop drugs, you stop so much things, man. By stopping drugs, you don't need drug workers no more. You don't need police no more. You don't need more screws in jail no more, man. All these things you don't need. And the UPK, that's what we want. We want what you want, man. So stop flagging our channels, man. Stop trying to take us to court, man. Keep it in.
Even by departing that they might obey, that they might not obey the voice thereof. The curse poured out upon us, and the oath that is written in the laws of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
So he said that curse that Moses spoken about is poured out upon us, man. What was the curse that Moses said? That we'll go to slavery on ships. What was the curse that Moses said? Curse shall we be in the field, and curse shall we be in the city. Daniel said that curse that Moses spoke about is poured out upon us, man. You know how you get a drink and you pour it on someone? Imagine a cup of curse, a cup of poverty and black crime, police brutality, drugs, and the Lord has poured it all over us, man. The Bible said that curse is poured out upon us. Why? Because we sinned against God. Keep it in.
Verse 12. And he had confirmed his words, which he spake against us, and against our judge, that judges us by bringing upon us a great evil.
There you go.
For unto the whole heavens.
Slow down. And the Lord confirmed by our judges, man. Who are the judges? The prophets, man. The people, our leaders. Our leaders who came over. When you read the Bible's all. When you read Isaiah, Ezekiel, these are our judges, our leaders, man, that kept coming to us, telling us, listen, if you disobey God, this will happen to you. If you disobey God, that will happen to you. And we didn't listen. And the Lord said he confirmed it by his judges that a great evil should come upon us. And that great evil black man we're going through right now, man. The great evil black man we've been through in the past. And that great evil will continue to happen if we don't stop breaking the laws of God, man. If we don't stop being in the Christian church, if we don't stop being Muslim, if we don't stop getting tattoos, eating crab, pork, shrimp, lobster, if we don't stop doing what we're doing, man, these evils are going to keep coming upon us. Keep reading.
For under the whole heavens are not being done as are being done upon Jerusalem.
Okay, break it down for me. Under the whole heaven has not been done, but what's been done to Jerusalem?
All of these punishment, severe punishment that we are going through, has not been ever done before. So
no, because under the whole heaven. So we're under the heaven. The earth is under the heaven. When you look up, the heaven's above you. So the earth is under the heaven. So try again if that helps you. So under earth.
Upon the face of the earth, all of this that has been done to us has never been done before.
Not before. What we go through hasn't been done to no one else. Meaning no one suffered like black people. From time to time, you get some people say, well, you know, the Jewish man went through blah, blah, blah. And the Irish were slaves too. And the Bible goes, nothing has been done that's been done to Israel, man. No one has suffered like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. No one suffered like us. You love to say, well, the Irish were slaves too, and now the Irish got Ireland, man. Black men were slaves and black men got nothing. The Irish got surnames like Murphy, man. Murphy and McGregor and, you know, Turner and whatever. Black man, what's your surname? You don't even know, man. You don't even know, man. The Irish got a country of their own. Black man, you ain't got no country of your own. You don't know where you come from, man. You think from Africa? Where Africa got almost 50 countries in there. Over 100 different languages. Over 100 different ethnic groups, man. Which one do you come from? You don't even know. You show me history where the Irish were getting their foot cut off, man. You show me history where the Irish was used as alligator bait, man. You show me the history where Irish was whipped to the point that maggots will come out of their wounds, man. You won't get that, man. People that say, yeah, because, you know, in history, listen, bad things have happened to all people. At one point, the Japanese enslaved the Chinese. Bad things happen to all people, man. That's life. But nothing on earth has happened that's happened to black people, man. Nothing. No other nation can say they suffered like black people. Even after slavery, black people still getting lynched in America, man. Even after slavery, black people still getting killed in Jamaica, man. Still getting killed in Barbados. Still getting killed in England, man. Have you not heard of Stephen Lawrence? Have you not heard of Mark Duggan? Have you not heard of Rashawn Charles? Have you not heard of Dejan Reed? Black men still died, man, in the 21st century, man. Read that again, Baba Kushar.
Daniel 9 verse 12. And he had confirmed his words, which he spoke against us and against our judge that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil, for under the whole heavens had not been done that had been done upon Jerusalem.
And nothing has been done that has been done unto us, man. Black man, we've suffered enough, man. And guess what? Black man, ain't we tired of suffering? Ain't you tired of the overnight shift and the this and the that shift and getting paid pennies, being called coon and gollywog and, you know, everything you do, black man, all the other nations steal it, man. This other day, me and Parash was speaking, man, and I thought imagine this year, black people come to England here when there weren't no other nations really here. Now England's about multicultural than what it was back then, man. And we're the reason why black people are the reason why you got a Pakistani prime minister or Indian prime minister, whatever the case may be. We're the reason. Indian people don't march and vote and fight. We fought, man. We fought for equality and diversity, and the Indian man come and took our shine, man. He didn't vote. Black people voted. Black people did the bus boycotts, and black people fought and got jobs and got the color ban taken down. We're the reason why Preeti Patel can be in the House of Parliament, man. Can be in the House of Commons and Laws, man. We're the reason, and other nations saw us fighting and said, yeah, thanks for that, man. Thanks for opening the doors. I'm going to take that now, man. No one suffers like black people, man. We're the reason why you can get Indian radio shows on TV, man. We're the reason why you can get, you know, Indian networks, man. Once upon a time in England, to see a black man on TV was rare, man. And black men fought hard and put the work in and got shows like The Real McCoy, got shows on TV. And do we get any accolades for it? No, man. Nowadays, the UK rap thing's popping. UK rap's popping now, man. And then once upon a time, you couldn't hear black people on the radio. You couldn't hear black people on telly. And black people fought, man, to get on TV, man. People like Trevor Nelson, man. People like Trevor Nelson and so forth. And now, guess what? All your white rappers and African rappers just jump on it now, man. Like it's easy. But once upon a time, these things didn't even exist. And black people fought and got it. And we put all the work in, the other nations steal it, man. And that's in the Bible too. Give me Deuteronomy 28 again. Let me get that.
Deuteronomy 28.
Let me get it. It's part about 2 minutes. Let me find it. You give me verse 33.
33. The book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up.
And there you go again. Well, the fruit of your land, man, all the grapes and food and produce that you produce, man. Another nation shall take it. So imagine, black man, you're planting and you're planting and you're putting corn down and fruits down and trees, and another nation comes and eats it up. You put the work in, but another man benefits from it. Sorry. So that's what we go through. We put all the work in, man. We put all the work in. You know what I mean? You can do the history of black music in the UK, man. Black people come from Jamaica, and Jamaica we're known, and Trinidad and the Caribbean islands, we're known for having sound systems, man. And we set up sound system, which the white men hated, man, called it a racket. Police will come and raid our parties. In fact, we couldn't even go into clubs. So we'd have parties in our house, man. And police will come and raid it and break our speaker boxes. We did that, man. We did that and put the work in and brought, records back from home down here. And over time, that music, it evolved to lovers rock, and then it evolved to jungle music, to garage, to grime, to UK rap, man. And now look, white boys are in it now, man, making money off it, man. Central's making money off black music, man. You know what I mean? Stormzy making money off black music, man. He didn't go for the struggles, man. We put the work in, and these men benefit from it, man. They just benefit from it, man. Get all the benefits from it, and all the glory and all the records and everything. And we put the work in first. We're the reason why you can have One Extra now and all these stations, man. BBC One Extra, which plays black music, man, is owned by BBC, a white company, which once upon a time didn't want black music playing on their airways, man. And now because it's beneficial, play it. The BBC, that was racist, man. The BBC used to have a gollywog on there at 12 o'clock, and now they want to play our music, man. Other nations benefit from what we put down. Other nations are prime minister on what we put down. Other nations to feed their families off what we put down, man. In London and Birmingham, there was something called the Teddy Boys, man, that used to beat up non-white people. And black people fought them, man, and fought them back and beat them up, man. And look now, Asian men don't even say thank you, man. They look down on us. Like, niggas are crazy, man. Chinese, man. Arabs, all these nations look like black people are crazy, and we have to fight them, man. Read that again, Baba Kushar.
The book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always.
And the Bible goes, we shall only be oppressed and crushed always, man. 1 second, that's what Ira was saying. So like you said, if I may, while talking about Tobias, when the angel told him to burn the fish's guts to feed the sister for the demon, is that something that will work today? Yes. You know what I mean? What happened in the book of Tobias is what you call today medication. You know what I mean? Tobias was told to get a fish's gall, which is what a fish's belly, and burn it. It's like, when you take medication, there's 3 ways to take it. You know what I mean? You can even drink. The 3 forms of matter is what? Solid, liquid, and gas. You can drink medication. You can eat medication. So you can drink it like syrup. You can eat it like a tablet. Or you can inhale it like, Vicks or nasal rub. You can inhale it. In this case, the sister inhaled it. You know what I mean? Fish oil got something called omega-3, which is good for anxiety. If you go to Holland and Barrett's right now and ask for anything for your anxiety, they'll give you fish oil, which is also good for your eyes as well. In fact, let me get it for you real quick. And get the scripture Bible quick show as well. Get me Tobit 6 and 16. You got it, Malta, yeah?
Tobit 6 verse 16.
6
and when thou
Yeah, go on.
Tobit 6 verse 16. And when thou shalt come into the marriage chamber, thou shalt take the ashes of perfume and shall lay it upon them. Don't do that. Oh, sorry. Upon them. Upon them. Some of the heart and liver of the fish, and shall make a smoke with it.
Keep going. So the angel goes, well, okay, I'll give you that. So Toby had a wife, and the wife had anxiety or some sort of demon on her, which she will kill people, choke people. So an angel told Toby to take this fish, got it open, take the gall, and just before you marry your wife, burn this before your wife, and the demon will leave her. So you get a lot of people that hate the apocrypha saying that this is sorcery. It's not, man. This is what you call medication. You know what I mean? Demons today, demons ain't, a demon ain't something that makes you cough up green phlegm and your neck speak backwards. Demons are what medical disorders, man. Anxiety will be a demon. An anger issue will be a demon. A coke addiction will be a demon upon you. And the things you can do to get rid of the demons, make them leave. And the medication you can take to make the demons leave. And what was given to Tobit right here was medication. If you do your research, fish oils contain omega-3, and omega-3 has many different benefits. You know what I mean? To eyesight, anxiety, good at many things. So the angel goes, take the fish's belly and burn it before this woman. Make it inhale the fumes.
Thou shalt preserve.
Go
on. Verse 17. And the evil shall depart, and the evil shall smell it and flee away and never come again anymore. But when thou shalt come unto her, raise up both of you and pray to God, which is merciful, who will have pity on you.
So it goes,
and save you.
1 second. So it goes, burn the gold, and the evil shall depart from her and go no more back into her. So, like, yeah, that's what it says. So let's get the benefits of omega-3. Omega-3 is what fish oil contains. You can look it up in your own time. And it goes 17 science-based benefits of omega-3 fatty acids. This is one of them. And it says, may benefit depression and anxiety. Depression is the most common mental disorder in the world. Symptoms often include sadness, lethargy, and general loss of interest of life. Another common disorder is characterized by feelings or fear, panic, restlessness. And these are the things that omega-3 helps. Restlessness, panic. Another one is may improve your eye. And then when you read the story, Tobias' father went blind, and that same fish oil helped him get his sight again. So again, this is a science in the Bible, man. The Bible ain't like the Quran, ain't like no other book. You know what I mean? So yeah, this will work today. What I would advise you is not to burn it, man. Just go to your doctor, man, and just get the pills, or go to Holland and Barrett's and just get the pills, man. You know, it's much easier. The law put doctors in place for that reason. So just get it from the doctor, man. Don't smoke it, man. Smoke comes with carbon monoxide. So do it the safe way. Go to your doctor, get the pill. You can get the non-gelatine ones and whatnot. And then yeah, man, get the fish oils in you, man. All right, where were we? That answers your question. Give me a 1 or a can. Where were we?
About Tobit 6 verse 17.
Go on, keep reading, Tobit. Go on.
Tobit 6 verse 17. And the devil shall smell it and flee away and never come again anymore. But when thou shalt come to her, raise up both of you.
Also, the demon inside will smell it and go away. And that's what happens when you exercise the demon, man. Some people have anger problems and they get counseling, and they don't have anger problems no more. Why? Because the demon left them. Some people have addictions and cigarette addictions and they get counseling, and they don't have it no more. Why? Because the demon in them is left. And likewise, the sister had a medical issue. She was given the right medication, and now she's fine. Demon's off her now, no longer on her. Keep reading.
But when thou shalt come to her, raise up both of you and pray to God, which is merciful, who will have pity on you and save you. Fear not, for he is appointed unto thee from the beginning, and thou shalt preserve her. and she shall go with thee. Moreover, I suppose that he shall bear the children. Now, when Tobit had heard these things,
Stop, 1 second. Yeah, so that was basically anyway. That was basically of the brother's question. If you could give me go back to Deuteronomy 28 and give me 37. Deuteronomy 28, 37. Some more curses in the Bible.
the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations.
And the Bible said another curse that will become a proverb and a byword amongst all nations, man. Not some, amongst all nations. And a proverb is like a saying. Like a saying, man. And all nations are saying amongst black people, man. Say black people are lazy, with coons, with gollywogs. You know, whether you're in France or England or Netherlands or Belgium, whatever the case may be, all nations got one, man. That's how you know it's speaking about us, black, Hispanics, Native Indians, man. No other nation of people, man. But us. Keep reading.
Among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. Verse 38. Thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, and shall gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it.
And that's the life for a black man, man. You put in all this work, but get nothing back, man. You work double shifts, triple shifts, and you're looking at your wage like, rah, where that money go, man? Or tax and everything, or your wage is so slow, your wage is so low, it don't really make a difference, man. That's the life of a black man. So you carry out much seed. When you carry out seed, you're planting. If I carry a bag of seeds, then that means I should get a bag of fruits, man. We carry out loads of seeds and get a little fruit back, man. A little back. Black man, you're up at 6 in the morning, man. You're working your ass off, sweating, bad back the whole nine. And guess what? You're still struggling to pay that rent, man. You're still struggling to pay them bills, man. That's you carrying out much seed in the field, but getting nothing back, man. And so the locusts eat it, man. Meaning what? The tax man takes it. You know what I mean? Rents and all types of things. People just take your money, man. Before you even get it, the money is taken, man. Keep it in.
Verse 39. Thou shalt plant vineyards and dress them, but shall neither drink of the wine, nor gather the grapes for the worm shall eat them.
Here you go. We shall plant vineyards, man. Imagine that black man, you work hard, man. Work hard, plant vineyards, but you don't even get to enjoy the grapes that you planted, man. We don't get to enjoy it, man. We put all this work in, we don't even enjoy it. We dropped the color ban, man. We fought, man, for equality, and yet, guess what? We don't even benefit from it, man. The East Indians do, though. The Afghans do, though. The Ukrainians do, though. But we get deported. We don't get to enjoy the thing that we fought for, man. Imagine that. Could you imagine, black man? Imagine black people have a link with England, man. What's that link with England? That we was their slaves. Afghanistan got no tie to England, man. In fact, Bin Laden was from Afghanistan, man. I thought UK, a lot of UK soldiers are dead thanks to Afghanistan. But guess what? Afghanistan get to become refugees in England, man, and get a free house. You know what I mean? And get some benefits and free food and a roof over their head, man. Even though they've killed British soldiers. And what's black people done? Black people are nothing but love England, man. They're nothing but join your God, nothing but join your church, nothing but take on your surname, and you deport us, man. We put all this work in and we can't even benefit from it, man. Keep it in.
Verse 40. Thou shalt have olive trees throughout all thy coast, but thou shalt not anoint thyself with the oil, for thine olive tree shall cast its fruit.
There you go. It's talking about the life we live, man. The life we live that we don't benefit from all the work that we put down, man. Keep it in.
Now in verse 41, thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
And the Bible said, thou shalt have sons and daughters, but you're not going to enjoy them because they're going to go into slavery, man. And that happened to us in slavery, man. You know what I mean? The white man had a child, he enjoyed his child, played football with him, baseball with him, watched him grow, watched his first teeth come out, or whatever the case may be. And, you know, watch his teeth come out and take pictures. And what's that thing to do, Mama, on the side of the door frame when they watch you grow and so forth? Sadly for black people,
the measurement, you measure their height, yardstick.
Sadly for black people, we didn't get that privilege, man. As soon as our women gave birth, them kids were out in the field, man. As soon as our women gave birth, we had to get back to it tomorrow, man. There was no women today have a baby and they can have maternity leave, man, for about up to a year. No, our woman was on that cotton field ASAP, man. And that's in the Bible, written up in the Bible. We didn't have children. Why? Our children in slavery also, man. Let me show you what happened to our children. This is our children. Let me show you real quick. This is our children right here, man. Anyone see the picture? This is a young girl, man. A young girl, probably like 14, probably like 12 at most. And was she giving any slack? Didn't say, oh, she's young, man, let her go, man. Oh, she's young, man, you know what I mean? That goes against our policies. England acts like they're the most humane nation on the face of the earth, man. But they wasn't humane with us. When it comes to these East Indian men raping their daughters, they say, oh, God, we got to lock them up, man. We got to lock up these Muslim grooming gangs because they're raping our girl. They're raping our children. Our children, because they're under 16, they're our children. But did they have any mercy on our children? No, man. They let our children pick cane, cut cotton. You know what I mean? It's against the law to make a child work if they're under 16. Did that apply to us? No, man. No one give a damn about us. It's against the certain rules that you can't do against children, man. England's strict on beating your children nowadays. Nowadays, you can't beat your children, or they can call social services on you, man. For the slightest of things, they got safeguarding issues. For the slightest of things, they can call social services on you for safeguarding issues. We did not have them. We did not have that, man. England talk about kids are so delicate, and we gotta watch out for the kids. Where was this rule when we was in the cotton fields, man? Roasting to death in the hot sun, working our ass off in the hot sun, man. Swinging a machete, cutting cane, picking cotton to our fingers, blood. Where were these laws for us, man? We didn't have that. We had children, black men, and we didn't enjoy them, man. We didn't get to play catch with them. We didn't get to play catch. We didn't get to, take them on the beach and do what parents do with their kids. We couldn't do that, man. Our kids went straight into captivity, man. We done.
Verse 42. All thy trees and fruits of thy land shall the locust consume. Verse 43. The stranger that is with thee shall go up above thee very high.
Read that again.
Verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
Mosar, who is a stranger within us? Within us means around us. Who is a stranger that is around us?
That's the Gentile people.
Yeah. What does the Bible say about the stranger that's around us?
They shall. It is just saying that they shall be above us, ruling over us.
All right, so in the UK, in the black community, who's a stranger that's amongst us?
The other genre, like the Indians, the Chinese.
There you go.
Super white man.
So you got the oppressors rule over you, and even the other strangers that are among you, even the other strangers who are also minorities, they get above you very high as well. You get the Indian man who's also a minority, but yet he owns all the shops, man. But yet he got mosques everywhere. Even he's above you. He should get above you very high, and you shall come down very low. Read that again, Baba Bashar.
Verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
And even the East Indian man, Chinese man, Arab man, all the other nations, even Chinese man, own Chinatown. Where's Caribbean town, man? Where's Caribbean? How you got Chinatown everywhere? But yet, to go to a Jamaican shop, you gotta go in the corner, man, to one dingy shop. All we got is a barber shop. All we got is a couple of Jamaican shops. All we got, man. We got nothing else. But the strangers that are amongst us, they own everything, man. They own the off license. You want petrol for your car, black man? They own the petrol station. You want to buy news? You want to go to? You want electric for your house, man? You want to pay your bills or send some? You buy something online these days. You want to send it back? You go to their shops, man. They're above us very high, and we're down very low, man. We're low. We're going to their shops at midnight, trying to buy cigarettes, trying to buy alcohol. We go to their shops, man, at midnight. It's just scrounging with pennies and so forth. They've come way above us, and we're on the bottom, man. Keep it in.
Verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
He will lend to us. He will lend to us. He's in the position to lend to us, to give us a loan. But we won't loan to him. Why? We don't have anything, man. We don't have the money. We don't have the finances. Keep it in.
He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
And he's the head. He's in charge, and we're the tail, man. We're the part that's not important. He's the head, man. He's the part that is important. We're the part that ain't important, man. That's why our kids die in the street, and no one goes to jail. No one apologizes. But meanwhile, you do to East Indians, and there will be repercussions, man. There will be repercussions. Just the other day, one of the biggest buildings in central London, man. You heard about it, Mausa? Was bought by the Muslims to make a mosque in central London, man.
Yes, I saw it.
Central London, man. Imagine when you think of London, you think of white people and Tea and Compass and the Queen. That's what you think you should? Because that is the vibe and the spirit of England. Not no more, man. Now, you think of England, you're going to think of Islam. You're going to think of Muslims. And they got the power to do so. They got the power to do so. They become the head now, black man. That people listen to them. People listen to them. People, care about what they think. Us, no one gives a damn about us, man. No one gives a damn about us. Black people get a month in October. October. Black History Month, in which you got to share with Halloween anyway. So, while you're excited about Black History Month, everyone else is excited about Halloween. So you got to share a month with another holiday. And Black History Month is only big in certain cities, man. We black people, we think, we've made it. We got Black History Month. We come a long way. We come from having nothing to having Black History Month. We don't have no Black History Month, man. Black History Month is only big in London, Manchester, and Birmingham, man. They're just big cities where black people are. You go to Halifax, man, they don't even know it's Black History Month, man. It's funny because if you go to Asda or Tesco in October, you see pictures of Trevor McDonald, and you see pictures of all these black heroes in England plastered everywhere. You think, wow, we've come a long way. In Tesco, go to Tesco in Halifax, Black History Month, and you just see pumpkins, ghouls and goblins, and witches. They don't know it's Black History Month, man. But we live in London, and we live in Luton and Birmingham and certain diverse cities, and we think, whoa, we've come a long way, man. The whole country knows about us. They don't, man. They don't. Try it one day, man. Take a drive out to one of these cities, man, that's not so built up, and you would notice that no one even knows what Black History Month is. No one else is celebrating it, black man. It's just you, man. It's just you. You think, see, we fought, man. White people have changed, not racist no more. We got Black History Month. Yeah. Just go to Halifax. Go up north or go down south. Go to the low. England is bigger than what 4 major cities, man. Loads of cities and towns, man, where you don't see black faces for miles, man. Liverpool is a big city, and Liverpool is still racist in 2023, man. Still racist. So what do you think about all the other cities then, man? Keep reading, Bob Kushar.
Verse 44. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
And all these curses shall chase us, man, and pursue us. To pursue means to chase. You're in a hot pursuit. It means you're being chased, man. If you're pursuing your dreams, it means you're, chasing your dreams. And these curses chase us, black man, until we're caught, man. With that, that's the class. Tomorrow's class will be Ariella, the Brotherhood class, 7 to 9, 394 Lodge Road, B18, 5PW. Wednesday, we got Dunga Bar, which is the Brotherhood class. No, it's okay. Tomorrow is the Brotherhood class. Wednesday is the law class. Blacks and Hispanics, the same laws that we broke, that put us in slavery. We teach some laws at the UPK, free of charge, man, so that we don't have to remain on the bottom no more, man. You can learn it from here, 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW, and make sure you come to school. You know, we got a feast day coming up soon. Make sure you check all I.S.U.P.K social media: Facebook, Periscope, Instagram, MeWe, YouTube. You know, we got it all, man. Make sure you just log into that. We got a lot of content as well, man. Even TikTok we're on as well, man. UPK in every city, all over the globe. Whether you're in the UK, contact the UK. Subscribe to all the UK channels, man. Support. We have camp on the streets in Birmingham, and also Piccadilly Circus as well, Central London as well, man. We've done it all. We've been in Speaker's Corner. You know, we've battles your Muslims, your Christians, your Rastafarians. We've done it all, man. Make sure you come to the school. Make sure you also get your money. Contact the school regarding this UK trip as well. Make sure you're there, man. With that, I say shalom.
Commanding General YAHANNA will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle. Finally, the truth about King James, a black man who helped to preserve and safeguard the Bible. Live September 29th, 2023. Commanding General YAHANNA live at King James Castle in Scotland. Come on down and support the I.S.U.P.K. UK. Lift the glass, come and join the brotherhood and drink with the ancient as we celebrate and keep the Feast of Tabernacles for our King Yahweh in King James Castle, bringing his crew of heavy hitters. Commanding General YAHANNA will put 12 chill General Muhammad scripture breakdown class up against anyone, against any biblical scholar, untested, unchallenged, I.S.U.P.K, undefeated. Leviticus chapter 23, the Feast of Tabernacles in a black man's castle, hosted in Scotland, the United Kingdom, UK. Commanding General YAHANNA will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle, Thursday, September 28th, Scripture Breakdown class. Friday, September 29th, there will be a King James Castle tour, also a Johnny Walker Distillery tour, and Friday night, the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles. Saturday, September 30th, we will have camp on the streets of England. Sunday, October 1st, the UK Cookout. Monday, October 2nd, the Warwickshire Castle Tour. I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA at King James Castle in England. This is an absolutely monumental, historical event.
Want us to stop. But man, don't we deserve a shot? Don't we deserve a shot to be the Lord's people? Israel, let's do it!